here. What do you know about the literature review? And how is it different than a typical essay about your topic? So if I would ask you to write an essay about your topic based on your research question and your thesis statement, how do you approach that? And how is that different than a literature review? Okay. It is different, right? Where one, the focus is on your topic and presenting as much information about your topic. You're coming up with your argument and you're defending your argument throughout the paper, right? Maybe you bring in some others who would argue against your stance and then you refute them, right? That's a common thing to do in an essay, okay, about your topic. But a literature review is something different, okay? So literature review, I see a lot of students saying, you know, it's different because you're not just writing about your topic, you are taking these articles that you found and you're providing a summary of them, okay? But that's not exactly correct either, okay? So different than that, because that would be an article summary versus a literature review. A literature review is to see what research has been done. What is going on out there about your topic? Who's talking about your topic? What research has been done? So that you know what has been done related to your topic, okay? And then you're reporting that in the literature review, what you found, what research has been done, what discussions are out there taking place about your topic. Maybe there is a really highly published researcher that has done a ton of work related to your topic, okay? And so you're going to present that in your literature review. Well, this is what others are saying. This is what's been done. This is what I'm not seeing that has been done, and this is what I think we should do, okay? You see, so you're looking at gaps. You're looking at trends in the research. And I'm going to get into this a little bit more when we talk about kind of specific ways that you can focus your research literature review here for this next assignment. Good? Everybody good? Okay, good. All right, so it's not a summary, and this is the key thing that you can take away today. It's not a summary of each of the articles, okay? So you're required to use 4 articles for your literature review. It's not a summary of those, okay? But it is a synthesis of the ideas of those sources, okay? So that's different. So here in an article summary, you would probably present your introduction and say, in this paper, I'm going to look at 4 articles related to my research. Okay? And then maybe you have one paragraph that addresses one article, provides a summary, another one that provides another summary, another paragraph, another summary. A literature review, you're going to use kind of themes. Okay? You're going to look at ways to organize this based on like a theme. And I'll talk about those more in detail. So maybe in one paragraph, we use social media and body image as a topic. Okay? Your thesis is the social media, specifically visual social media, has had a negative impact on females and body image. Okay? So that's your argument. That's your stance. You're going to look at how this can be broken down. Well, I could probably break it down by looking at different things that probably relate to this. So one thing that would relate to it might be mental health, right? So we could use that as one of the sub-themes. So we go by theme. We could have mental health as one of them. We could have self-esteem as another, and then body image. Okay, so those could be our 3 themes with our literature review. So now what you're doing based on your 3 themes, you're going to go and see what your research says about each of those. See the difference here? So now instead of giving an overview of one research article in a paragraph, you have a theme, and your theme is mental health impact related to social media. Okay? So now you're bringing in this article says this about it, this one says this about it, and this one says this about it, all in the same topic area. You see the difference there? You got it? Make sense? Okay, good. All right, so how do we do this? Well, we start by looking at the sources that you have. Okay, so what we need to do first We need to look at things. We need to look at things like trends and patterns. What has been going on with social media and body image over the past 10 years? So we're going to look at trends and patterns in the research. Maybe research early on focused specifically on social media like Facebook and Twitter. Okay? Well, that's missing something. What's it missing? Yeah, visual stuff. Instagram, Snapchat, right? Yeah, so it's missing those kind of visual that probably would have a more negative impact on body image because they are all about images, right? Yeah. Okay, so you're looking at trends, you're looking at patterns of things that have happened within the research. Maybe the research only focused on those non-visual kind of guided social media, but the shift changed whenever Instagram came and it got popular, and then Snapchat getting popular. So there's been a shift with the research where now it focuses more on these kind of visual social media instead of the Facebooks and Twitters and things. Make sense? Okay. So you're looking at trends and patterns. You're also looking for some themes, okay? Like I talked about, the themes related to social media. So you're looking for themes, looking for patterns and trends. You're looking for any kind of major debates or discussions that have taken place that have kind of provided a fundamental shift in the research, in what we believe about your topic, okay? So if you're looking at the last 10 years, maybe there was a conference 4 years ago, a national conference or a worldwide conference, and the conference was to try to figure out the impact of social media on adolescents. Okay? And so one of the speakers at this conference is highly published in this area and gave a really good keynote address that was picked up by the media, and it took off from there, and it became really popular. And that was a pivotal point in changing how we look and research and try to figure out what was going on with social media and body image. Do you see this? That's how these things work, okay? So you're looking at those kind of things. Was there a pivotal point that the research shifted, where we went from looking at this to looking at this angle, okay? You see this? Okay, good. Okay, so any of those kind of things, you're looking at debates, contradictions, themes, and you're doing that by taking your sources that you have, your 4 sources, and I'm going to get you to do a little work on them here today in a few minutes, and you're going to look for these kind of things. So you're going to pick 2 of your sources, and you're going to look at them and see what kind of themes, are you seeing any similarities? Are you seeing any of the same kind of discussions taking place between your sources, okay? Are you seeing references made to the same person or people, okay? So maybe somebody's making a reference to Alex Smith in one, and then Alex Smith is mentioned again in this other one. So you know that probably Alex Smith is probably a key player in this. So that's a commonality that your sources have. See that? Okay. All right. So looking for things too, like pivotal publications. Maybe there was a book that was written 2 years ago, and that book was on the New York Times bestseller list, and it was related to body image and social media. Okay? So you're looking for those kind of things, at pivotal publications. Maybe it was a journal article that when you're doing your research, you see the same journal article referenced over and over and over again. Okay? You probably can guess that that's one of these pivotal publications. It is a major player in our body of knowledge related to your topic. Okay? And then you're also going to be looking for gaps too. You know, what does your research suggest about your topic? Is it giving us the final answer, that we have all the knowledge related to that particular research question? If not, what's missing? Okay? What's the gap? We use the social media and body image again. So again, if you go back looking at research on this, you will see a lot of research that was done related to social media and body image, but they only referenced Facebook and Twitter. So where's the gap? Again, where's the gap there? It's missing a key piece, right? It's missing the piece of the visual social media, the Instagram, the Snapchats, okay? So there's the gap. We identified a gap. This is what the research has said about this. It's really good, but they didn't even address Instagram or Snapchat. And we believe that they should, right? And maybe also you find that they didn't do any research related to women under the age of 18. So maybe all the research that's been done when you're doing your researching, it's 18 and over. But it doesn't address adolescent females. So there's a gap in the research. So what do you do when you identify a gap? You do research, right? You do research. You make a proposal to do research, okay? All right. Everybody good? I know that's a lot, and I know this can be a little bit tricky. But I want to kind of break it down a little bit now. So when you have your literature review, okay, that's coming due, you can get out of the mindset that you don't have to attempt to cover everything about your topic. You are taking your 4 sources that you found, your 4 research articles or books or whatever it is that you found, and you are going to base your literature review on those 4 articles. They should be the closest related to your topic as possible. Okay? All right? So you don't have to worry about this, I have to cover everything about my topic. You don't have to do that. This literature review is going to be a review based on the 4 sources that you believe are the closest related to your topic. Okay? So what are you going to do? Well, you're going to kind of go through your articles first and kind of look for those things that are similarities. Maybe you're finding the same themes mentioned in 2 of the 4. Okay? Maybe you see a debate that was referenced in 2 of them the same. Okay, so you're looking for those kind of similarities, differences. Maybe one, the final outcomes is different than another one. Okay? Maybe one, they do the research. The research for the one article was done based on surveys. So they sent surveys out to 1,200 adolescent females with questions about body image. Maybe the other one, there was research done, empirical research, but they did a focus group. So they did a focus group of 30 adolescent females. They put them in a room, and they spent 3 hours with them, asking them questions. But the results that came back are very different. Okay? Where the surveys indicate that, yes, we have a lot of issues related to body image and how we see ourselves and all that kind of stuff. But the focus group didn't. So then we have to start asking, why is that? Why might it be? If you're sending out a survey and the surveys come back and 92% of the females that were surveyed said, yes, social media has had a negative impact on their body image. But the focus group, only 30% said that social media has had a negative impact on the body image. Why is that? Why could it be?
It's probably more easy to be honest in a survey because you're the only one you're the only one filling it out and then you're sending in your results rather than being in a focus group.
Right. Well, you're in a room full of people, right? And you have to say in front of other people, yeah, I do have a problem. I really, really feel bad about my body image. Okay? Yeah, so there's that. Absolutely that, right? You could look at that. So that would be something that you would address in your literature review. Okay? So you see this. That was good. Very good. So maybe it has to do with the numbers. 1,200 surveys sent out. We had 30 people here. Okay? It could have to do with the numbers. These are things that could skew or make the research look different. So when you're doing your literature review, you're looking for these kind of things. Okay? You're looking at what the research says. So what you're going to do is to think about how you're going to approach this, and then everybody by Sunday, because you'll have a discussion that will be due. Where'd it go? This discussion addresses this. You're going to pick a a way that you're going to approach this, kind of a theme, okay? So you're going to do this in one of four ways. You're going to do it chronologically, where you're going to take the research that was done 10 years ago up to present. So you're going to look at your four sources and you're going to present them chronologically, okay? But again, you're not just providing an overview of each of the sources. You're looking at, like 10 years ago, this research was done. There was another research done 5 years ago, and the differences are here. So you're looking at those differences. You're looking at patterns. You're looking at things that have changed. But you're going to approach it chronologically. So you decide that your research, your articles, would be best presented in a chronological order. Okay? So that's what you decide you want to do. I'm not going to dictate this because you have to think about it, how you want to approach it. But you'll pick one of the four that we're going to talk about. One of them is chronological. Okay. The other one would be based on some kind of a theme. So again, I gave that example of social media where you have the different themes. So you have your introduction, and then you have three themes, and then you have your conclusion. So the introduction will kind of give a general overview of what you're doing, what the research has said, and your topic. And then maybe you have the negative effects of social media as one theme, mental health as another theme, and body image as another theme. Okay? And then you conclude it. Okay? So maybe you decide that your topic is best by maybe coming up with a theme where you have some kind of like thematic, maybe you break it into 3, maybe you break it into 4, but each one of those themes then you're going to say what the research says about that particular theme. Okay? Make sense? You with me so far? Okay. Maybe you decide, and your research is not really empirical research that was done, but it's more theoretical stuff. So the research that you did, maybe you have a New York Times article as one of them, and it's based on a theory, and the theory about body image, and the theory about social media and its impact on body image. This is theoretical stuff. It's not based on research, but you're going to, maybe you decide that your literature review should be based on theory. So you're presenting different theories now, okay? And then what each of your articles says about that theory. Does that make sense? Okay. And then the last one is related to methods. And I gave the example of the surveys and the focus group. Maybe you're looking and you want to use this. So the focus group research, 2 of my articles did focus group research, and the other 2 did survey research. So you're going to compare them, okay? You're going to look at the differences. You're going to kind of compare them by method. Survey, research, and then what did the survey research show? But again, remember, you're not presenting this article and then this article, but you're presenting what the articles did. You're synthesizing them, the 2 that did the survey research and the 2 that did the focus group research. And then you're going to conclude by wrapping it up and saying where the differences are, what needs to happen, that kind of stuff. All right? Got it? Questions? Come on. I'm going to get you started here in a minute looking at your articles that you did, and I want you to kind of try to first pick out some themes. Everybody have you submitted your articles so far? Everybody? Okay. So you're going to bring those up, and you're going to open up, find 2 of them that you think most closely match your topic, your narrow topic, your research question. And then you're going to go through them, and you're going to look for things. What are similarities? Are there any authors that are mentioned in the same one? Any research studies that are mentioned in the articles? Okay? So you're going to first just go through, look at that stuff, and just make note of it all. Okay? So that's what I want you to do first. Got it? Okay. You'll do this on your own, and then I want you to do a little activity together in groups.